There are a total of 6 F2L cases where the corner and the edge are connected in the U layer. One of those 6 is where the pair is connected correctly, and the other 5 are the F2L cases that I'm going to show you how to deal with in this video. So before we get started, leave a comment and tell me which of these is your favorite and which you already know. And now let's get started. So this is the first case I'm going to show you, and this one is also the easiest in my opinion. So you've got not matching colors on top for the pair, and then you've got white pointing to the side. This one's really easy because you can just move it over, disconnect them like this, and then you've got an RU R' insert already set up. And that's basically always how you're going to want to deal with this F2L pair. Okay, here is the second one. This time we have white on top and it's connected with the edge like this. And this one's also really easy to do. What you can do is do RU to R'. That sets them up to a 3-move insert, and then you insert your pair. If you have the pair from an angle like this, where you'd have to cube rotate for it, usually it's still good to cube rotate for it, but another option is to insert the corner like that, and then you have that case, or you could insert the corner like this, cube rotate, and solve that F2L pair. But like I said, generally you'll want to stick to cube rotating and solving the pair like I showed originally. Okay, here is the third pair, where you can see you have white sticking off to the side, and they're connected in sort of this checkerboard pattern. So obviously, because the colors on top don't match, you want to set up the edge to go right here so you can do an RU R' insert. And so the way you want to do that is to hide the corner, move over the edge, and then just do R2 to cancel into that 3-move insert. Now that works really well if this back slot is empty, but it's actually a little bit more tricky when this back slot is filled, because when you do that, it messes up that pair. So there are a few things that you can do instead. One of them is this algorithm, where you basically insert the edge, and then you have this F2L case, which you solve like that. But my favorite thing to do in this case is actually ignore this pair for now, solve this like normal, and then you have this pair right here that you can just insert again. And that's what I do 90% of the time. One other thing that I see sometimes, and I rarely do this for 3x3, but I sometimes do it for one-handed, is you can insert the corner and then have this F2L case. And I think that's mildly useful, but like I said, I think its main use is for one-handed as opposed to 3x3. Okay, we're on to our fourth case here. And for this one, we have white on top again, and we have these colors matching along the side. So this case actually has a few solutions depending on if this edge is oriented or not. I can tell that this edge isn't oriented because it lines up with the center on the front as opposed to either of the centers on the sides. So normally you'd have to cube rotate for this pair, but when you have it in this position, the algorithm that you can do, and this is really useful, is do F, inverse sexy, F', and that sets up your pair, and then you can insert it. Another great solution for it, and I use this in other situations depending on EO most of the time, that does the exact same thing, is you can move the pair over to here, do RU R', and then you have this F2L case where you can do a sledgehammer. So you start with RU R', cancel into your sledgehammer, and then insert your pair. Now if you have the same case except your edge is oriented, as you can see here it's oriented because it lines up on the side, what you can do is insert this corner, and then you have this F2L case, which you can solve like that. Some people prefer to insert the corner like this and set up to this F2L case. I think they're more or less equal. There may be some subtle differences and one might be better than the other, but I'm not the right person to ask about that. And the last way I'm going to show for this pair is when you have it in the back like this and it is oriented, what you can do is this algorithm where you go R2, U2, R', U', R, U', R2. I don't use this very much because I think it interferes with the look ahead a little bit too much, but it can be useful and I know some people that use this a lot. And then here is the final case for this video, And for this one, you have white facing to the side, and you have the matching color on top here. Now this one, what most people do when they're first learning is separate them like this, and then rotate, connect them. But there is a better way. What you can do that's kind of counterintuitive is just move this corner over the edge like this, and then that sets you up for your insert. So when you have this angle, you do that. Another thing to note about this pair is that when you have the edge oriented like this, because it's lined up on the side, what you can do is do that move the corner over the edge thing over a different slot, so you don't have to cube rotate for it. So this slot's filled right now. If it wasn't, I could do that. And because this slot is empty, I can do that to set it up. But if both of those slots where I could do that are filled, like they are here, there are still some things you can do. You don't want to rotate, do that, and then rotate back. What you can do is use F moves for that, and then insert your pair. Or what I usually do for a case like this is I have an RUD algorithm for it. So I do R prime, D prime, insert this corner, DR, and then I have my pair, and I insert my pair. But there are more options that I use depending on EO and stuff. So I have the same pair here, and I notice that my only misoriented edge is here in the back. So what I do there is an advanced algorithm where I rotate like this, R2, U prime, R prime, U, R prime, rotate back, and then I have my solved pair. So that's how you solve those 5 cases. Of course, there are other options, but the ones I showed are the ones that I use the most and that I think are the most useful. There may be others that I've missed, and if you think I missed any, feel free to let me know in the comments. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share the video. All of that helps me out so much. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Brody, signing out.